Hey friends, Gina here. Welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. Excited to be here with you today. We are going to take a look at some amazing Duna alternatives. So a Duna is a car seat with wheels, and it is a frustrating product for me as a salesperson because I think it's frequently purchased without people really understanding it. So we're going to look at some other options besides Duna that might make sense for you. Now, if you haven't yet, now would be a perfect time to like, follow, or subscribe. If it makes sense to share this video, go ahead and share it. Sharing is caring. We love that. Also, something you could do if you want to show your support of this channel is to head on over to my website, destinationbabykids.com. I'm a real brick and mortar store here in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. So if this channel is meaningful to you and you are learning from it and you want to show your best method of support, buying anything directly from me off of my website, even if it's not one of these fabulous products that we're talking about, is the best way to do it. We have everything: clothing, toys, feeding, bathtub, all kinds of bath toys. We've really got everything: strollers, car seats, obviously furniture, gliders, everything best for baby, available at destinationbabykids.com. Remember, if you're learning here, this is the best place to buy it. Okay, thank you guys so much. I have the best viewing audience. I'm really excited to talk about these Duna alternatives with you, so let's launch in and go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about the Duna itself. So that is going to be this product that you see right here. There are some things that are difficult for me as a salesperson with this product. A lot of times people will talk about it as being a travel system. I continuously would argue that it is not a travel system. It is a stroller with wheels, which means underneath the Duna, you have no basket, no storage that's included on this product. The car seat itself does not have any recline. So if we want to talk about a car seat 2-hour recommendation, meaning that it's probably not ideal to have a baby in a car seat for longer than 2 hours at any given time, I'm not really sure why this would ever be appealing to anybody because it's holding them in the car seat for the entire time that we're theoretically using the stroller. Okay, so that's frustrating. And then additionally, it has a short sunshade, which is kind of upsetting on a car seat. Babies are going to get the most sun damage the first 2 years of their life. So a longer sunshade, if this is our primary method of movement, would probably make more sense. And I'm also not seeing on the back like a ventilated window, which is a little bit annoying. There's actually no vents on the side at all, which is a little surprising. We'll go ahead and pretend like we're going to put the stroller, or excuse me, the car seat with wheels. I'm bad myself, called it a stroller there, but the car seat with wheels into the vehicle. So any of the other products that we're looking at, just as sort of a reference point, like here's this Nuna Flex urban travel system. When I want to take my baby and put them in the car, I'm going to be lifting them from waist level, and then we'll go ahead and put them in the vehicle. Something that's going to be more difficult with Duna, and this is true no matter what, is if you want to put it in your car, you have to have the wheels retract back onto the frame of the car seat, which of course makes sense. However, the seat itself with the wheels on it is 17 pounds. It's very heavy, okay? And that's heavy lifting here from like my waist. But if I really wanted to use this and pretend we have a 10-pound baby in there, okay? So now we're at 27 pounds, okay? So 27 pounds, we want to use the Duna. We now have to drop it down to floor level. We've got 27 pounds here, lift it up, and then into the vehicle. So while I understand that there's definitely an appeal, that it feels relatively convenient, we're going to show you 4 other options that are lighter weight, more convenient, grow better with the baby, and generally, in every way, probably a better idea than buying something just like this. So again, if you have this or you have it and love it, totally understand. But I would just argue, I think it's important for consumers to understand what they're actually buying versus buying it without really understanding what they're getting, which I feel like is a confusion purchase, which is where these guys capitalize. Another thing about this that's like surprising to me is the handle height. It's very low, it's 38 inches. I am 5 feet 5 inches, and so this to me feels pretty good. But again, for anyone taller, one of the things that's most dogged on this guy is that it has a short handle height. Again, my bigger thing is that like who's lifting 30-pound kettlebells from the ground and like able to pendulum lift over into the car. Do you know how strong your shoulders have to be? Anyway, it's a lot. So we're gonna push Doona sort of out of the way because, as I said, not my favorite product, but that's okay because we've got 4 other ones to look at here. Let me get my sheet and we will launch into it. So what are we looking at? Well, these Doona alternatives are going to be the nunarurbnflex travel system. This thing is brand new. This thing is awesome. I'm gonna be pretty excited about all of these options, to be honest. Normally I'm a little more critical. However, any of these is better than what I just showed you. So let's focus on the good things. And of course, I will tell you criticisms, but in general, I love this concept. Okay, so right here, we have got a Pegperego Lounge on wheels. So this is very exciting. This is actually a reclining car seat. So that is super cool. So again, we were talking about that 2-hour recommendation, right? Here we have the option, instead of holding baby's body in a V shape, we can actually recline them in their own car seat. So that is super cool. Also, this product is made in Italy, 5-year warranty, very exciting. Okay, next to the Pegperego Lounge on wheels, we're gonna have the City Loop from Pegperego. So this guy, very, very small, super small footprint, great maneuverability, car seat comes on and off super easily, just clicks right onto the frame. They're all gonna do that. But definitely a nice option if you wanna go super small. So that is gonna be the Pegperego City Loop. And then over here, this is sort of an oddball. I'll admit, this is cheating a little bit, but this is my channel, so I can cheat all I want to. We are gonna be looking at the Cybex Melio, okay? This is a totally undervalued stroller. It's one that a lot of stores aren't even aware of existing, but it's really cool for what it does. It's extremely lightweight. It's got a lot of features that are very surprising and very nice. So let's launch into all 4 of these Duna alternatives. Sort of like fancy new age snap and goes. If you're old enough to know what a snap and go is, maybe you're a future grandparent or something, that's kind of the idea here, but better. Okay, pricing. The Nuna car seat and the frame, both are gonna be carbon fiber handle on the PIPA Urban and carbon fiber on the actual frame of the Flex stroller. This stroller with the car seat is gonna be $750, and that's actually really reasonable. The car seat goes up to 30 pounds and 29-inch tall child, so that'll take you through first birthday, no problem. And what else is very exciting about this guy is we have a height adjustable handle. So we have 3 different handle positions, which is awesome. The underneath basket will hold 22 pounds. That is outrageous. 3 handle height positions, just to let you guys know, are at 37, 40 and a half, and 42. So 42 is a nice, relatively tall handle height compared to the Doona, which is like 38. Get out of here. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold this guy just to show the viewing audience how that would work. Super easy. There is an adapter on the frame. The adapter has a little handle. You can even put it over your shoulder if you wanted to walk up Mount Everest. Anywhere you want to go, you can go with your PIPA Urban Flex travel system. So this guy, $750. It weighs, it's really lightweight. The frame is gonna be 11.3 pounds with that adapter on it. So this is very exciting. Stroller's 11.3 pounds. The basket underneath will hold 20 pounds. And we'll get into what the seat can hold in a little bit, because all of these strollers that I'm showing you have an option to have a stroller seat for later on. So these are real strollers. These are not car seats with wheels, okay? So the other smart thing about any one of these where the Doona suffers is the wheels always stay on the Doona, which is why it's so flippin' heavy. Any of these other guys, very wisely, will enable a consumer to remove the car seat and put that in the car, and then fold the frame and put that in the car. This makes way more sense. 2 smaller, lighter things versus 1 enormous heavy thing. Like, get out of here. So this guy is called the Lounge on wheels. This one has that reclining car seat. That car seat is called the Lounge. Basket here is gonna hold 15 pounds. The overall stroller weight of the frame with the wheels on this guy clocked in at, I did weigh it, 12 and a half pounds. Both of these strollers will hold a 50-pound child, and then the underneath baskets will hold different weights. So again, that Nuna holds 22. This Lounge on Wheels from Pegperego holds 15 in the basket. City Loop, okay, so this is getting a little smaller than Lounge on Wheels. And City Loop, I'm gonna pretend that the car seat that I have on here is actually a little different than the one that I'm showing. Let's just pretend it's all black, and we'll pretend it's the Peg Urban Mobility. They make a baseless seat. Our Nuna car seat is baseless. This Peg Lounge is not a baseless car seat, although it can be used baseless. It will include one base. Now, what's exciting about the Peg baseless car seat is that if you wanted to ever use a base with it, you could. With Nuna, that will never interact with a base, with their baseless car seat. So just some little differentiations there. Both of these Pegperego car seats will have a 5-year warranty, whereas the Nuna car seat has a 1-year warranty. The Peg strollers also have a 5-year warranty, provided you purchase them from an actual brick and mortar store and not from like Amazon or Target.com. You need to buy them from a small independent business, and then they'll give you that 5-year warranty, which is very exciting. So Nuna stroller has a 2-year warranty, car seat 1-year warranty. With the Pegperego products, it's 5 years across the board, again, provided they're purchased from destinationbabykids.com at no additional fee. All right, so if we were to do this car seat and stroller, price point here is gonna be $499. So this is very, very cost effective. Our Lounge on Wheels is $649. That's pretty amazing with the reclining car seat. And again, that Nuna system was gonna be $750. So for this guy, $500. As I showed you before, the seat comes off, handle height can drop down. Now this only has one handle height position, and the basket is smaller underneath, admittedly. Basket here is only gonna hold 11 pounds. However, the overall weight of this guy is 12 pounds. So it's super lightweight. This one also stands when it's folded, provided you set the wheels up properly. And then it's also gonna have an additional carry strap. If you wanted to put it over your shoulder, you could. I have no interest in that because we can do it with almost all of them. Locks down, handle comes up, and you're ready to go. Again, car seat just clips right on. So again, if you did this in the $499 version, it would not come in the green. It would come with the black car seat, but that's okay. It's still very nice looking and still has this enormous sun coverage. All of these car seats have better sun coverage than the Duna. Remember, they get the most sun exposure the first 2 years of their life. So please, whenever possible, put those sunshades down. Okay, now, this is the Melio. This is the outlier. To be fair, Melio, so like all of the ones I just showed you, they're actually sold that way, where they're packaged with one car seat and one stroller frame. Melio does not come with a car seat. Melio actually comes with a stroller seat. However, we're gonna pretend like it would be priced as a package, and then we'll show you the stroller seat on this guy as well. The reason why I'm doing that is because this is an obscenely lightweight stroller, okay? So with the cup holder, which is included, and the car seat adapters, which are included, this guy will have a single-handed fold, and our weight on this one is 8.5 pounds, okay? This is literally the lightest weight stroller pretty much I can think of. So if you're like, hey, I really want ultra lightweight and I want really nice quality, what's exciting about this guy at the 8.5 pounds is that it has a carbon fiber frame, and it also has a height adjustable handle that's adjustable single-handed. Now that Nuna stroller has an adjustable handle height as well. However, that guy is a 2-button adjustment for the handle height. So here, I think we're at 38, 40.5, and 42 inches for our different heights. And again, single-handed fold on this one as well. So that's very exciting. All 4 of these options have single-hand fold. Now, I'm showing this stroller with a reclining car seat made by the same brand. So Cybex makes a reclining car seat. This one is the it's called the Cloud T. It's not Aton, it's just called the Cloud T. This has the recline as well, so if you wanted a baby to lay down in it and not have to be in that V shape, they'd be able to do that here. This is gonna be a more expensive system because this car seat is expensive. So this car seat is $600, might even be $650, I have to look on my sheet. $649. So this as a travel system would be $1249. However, before you get upset, it does come with a stroller seat. So we'll talk about that in 1 second. But the bigger point here is that like, if you're looking for essentially a glorified snap and go that can build into a stroller, these are 4 options for you that will do that, that all make more sense than the Doona, okay? So maybe you're thinking like, what the hell is she talking about? What's so bad about the Doona, right? So let's talk about that. Okay, so I went and grabbed the Doona. The big issue with the Doona, again, is just that it's a car seat with wheels, right? So once kiddo outgrows the car seat component, usually that's around first birthday, and let's say they're 30 pounds, that's pretty large, but we'll even argue that they do that. They would still technically, theoretically fit in the seat, but I would love to see someone lift up a 30-pound kid with a 17-pound car seat from the ground into a car. You would have to be He-Man. Again, if that's something you want to do, you're certainly welcome to. But the idea that I'm trying to get across is that once they outgrow this car seat, which will be definitely around first birthday, you would then need to get rid of it and purchase a whole new stroller. All of these strollers are going to enable you to put a stroller seat directly on them, which is very exciting. So one thing to be excited about just in general is if you went with one of the pegperego options, so that's like the lounge on wheels or the city loop, their car seats work on their strollers without any adapters, so it is a direct connection. It's also a single hand release, which is pretty cool. That being said, our other brands do include car seat adapters included in the purchase price to make their products work together seamlessly. So like with Nuna, we have to use the ring adapter even though we're using a Nuna brand car seat. Now again, this is not the end of the world, but it's just a little difference that we would definitely point out. And with Cybex, the same is also true. If you do their little Melio, it's going to include adapters that will enable you to use it, you know, with their brand car seat. So as I mentioned before, all of these have extremely lightweight, and they all should stand when they're folded, but there are, of course, always like ways to do stuff where it looks tighter and neater than other ways. And to be fair, if you did buy the lounge with wheels, you would not get a rose gold frame or a blue seat. That's just what I had to show, so that's what you guys are getting to see. And this is showing all of our different stroller options folded up. I don't know why this one isn't standing as nicely as it should. Maybe if I adjust the handle down. There we go. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, they all fold up. Cybex is going to be, again, lightest weight, 8.5 pounds. These two guys are 12.5 pounds, and our Nuna is 11.5 pounds. So they're all extremely lightweight, easy to travel with. But as I mentioned, the bigger exciting feature on them is that they can grow into strollers. Because again, that Doona, once you're done, that's it. So what do the stroller seats look like for these different models? We will show you that right now. Cybex will include the seat in the purchase price, and you're buying the car seat separately. So we may as well just start with this one. It's also the one physically closest to me. So the Melio seat, this is really nice. It's gonna come with a mesh ventilated backrest. It also comes with 2 different liners, a comfort liner, and then there's like an additional liner that I've already misplaced in my store. But the seat itself is pretty remarkable, and the sun coverage on this is great. So let me put it on. And of course, all of these options will have the seat be able to sit in caregiver facing mode. You can have that direct chatty connection. Now this is going to be a 6-month plus recline, so you definitely need to use either like their carry cot or a car seat for the first 6 months before you start using the seat. But as you can see, when you do want to start using the seat, this canopy is enormous. And another thing that's very exciting about this product is flipping the seat to the other direction. You're going to hit a button on either side, so that is single-handed memory buttons. Very, very cool. This stroller with the seat on it is 13 pounds. It's shockingly lightweight. So if you are looking for super lightweight, this is a very nice option. The basket only holds 11 pounds, but still height adjustable handle, which is a single hand adjustment, cup holders included. So there's a lot to love here. When you buy it, as you see it, the stroller with the seat, the car seat adapter is a cup holder. I think there's a rain shield too. Price point on that as a little system is $5.99. And then again, you buy your car seats separately. Now with the rest of these guys, the car seats come with the frames, and then when you're ready, you buy a seat. So here on City Loop, the seat is sold separately. The seat can of course face either direction, and the seat has that amazing mesh ventilated backrest. And it's a pretty big one that goes all the way down, similar to our Cybex. This seat, of course, faces both directions, caregiver, as well as parent facing. And it does have a short handle height, which might be nice for a sibling mode. You know, if you got a younger kid that wants to push it. So here we are again, 6 months plus for this scenario. The seat is made in Italy. They also have a bassinet that can go on here that's made in Italy. It's $350 and it comes with a stand. You can put it next to your bed for overnight sleeping. So if you wanted, you could do the car seat directly on the frame. You could do the stroller seat directly on the frame. Or if it made sense for you, you could purchase the bassinet for overnight sleeping and that could go on the frame. This seat's also really nice because it has a magnetic buckle, and it also has this option to raise the canopy up for more headspace, which is pretty fabulous. And as you can see, the canopy is quite large. Now, lounge on wheels. This is made in Italy. The seat that you would get for this is in one color. It's called True Black. Cost to purchase the seat when you're ready. Oh, sorry, that City Loop seat is $229. So very affordable seat. The lounge seat is $350. It doesn't have a magnetic buckle and it doesn't have the all-season seat, but it is very accommodating and it's a nice quality seat. That would go directly onto your lounge frame. And the trade-off with the lounge on wheels is gonna be that if you did this, remember, yours won't have rose gold on the frame, so if you think that's hideous, don't worry, it'd be like all black. This one actually has a newborn recline on the stroller seat. So if you didn't want to buy a bassinet or you just like the idea of your kiddo having a deeper recline, Lounge on Wheels gives you a fully reclining parent-facing seat, and that seat, of course, can face both directions, no problem, and big kiddo can sit up pretty easily here. So Lounge is the most aggressive full-size stroller of this whole lineup for sure, although this Flex travel system is kind of sick. Another thing that's special about this stroller versus the other guys is that this one you can do a standing and seated riding board behind the product for an additional $120. Again, seat here is $350, and the Lounge on Wheels we bought with the car seat for $649. So that's a pretty reasonable price. I did write down travel system prices for all of these. So that Melio with that reclining car seat, you're at a $1250 travel system price. City Loop with their car seat and the seat that you see here, you're at $730. If you went with Lounge on Wheels, you would get the system for, it would be $1,000. Yeah, it would be $1,000 because $349 and $649. Yep, you'd be at basically $999 for the system. And then the Flex system is going to be $1,025 when you do the seat. So they're going to tell you the seat's not available yet. That's true. But guess what? I know what I'm doing. So we're going to go ahead and put the Flex Lounge seat on there just to show you guys. It's probably not going to be available in this color. This is like top secret special just because I'm awesome. It's going to be available in black. Now the thing about this seat that's so great, let me bring it over to show you guys. And I did check on Nuna's website to make sure that like what was coming is going to have the same stuff. You're going to get the Nuna magnetic buckle, which is one of the best. You've got the seat with the liner that goes under the tuchus and has the mesh ventilated background. The Cybex liner and the peg liner do not go under the butt, which is kind of a cop-out. If you were gonna like play this game, having these liners go under the butt is smarter because as kids are eating, shit's gonna collect on there and get disgusting. You can peel it out and wash it. So we definitely appreciate that. Seat, of course, will face both directions. And I'm pretty sure, so like this seat will only be a 6-month plus seat, but you could buy a bassinet for this guy separately if you wanted to. You could for Lounge on Wheels as well. Their bassinet's $400, overnight sleep certified with a stand. Bassinet for here, overnight sleep certified, $500 with a stand. So again, Nuna, a little bit more expensive, but as you can see, the seat folds. It's Stroller collapses. It'll stand when it's folded very easily. So again, nice option. If you are looking for something that can grow with your family, the seat here when you're ready to buy it is gonna be $275. So we aren't making these outrageous commitments to these huge, ridiculous travel systems like Up a Baby Vista and then their car seat and the whole effing thing you're just committed to forever. The nice part about these guys is that you buy as you go and you buy as you grow. So if you don't have the space to store a bunch of extra stuff, you can buy all of these pieces incrementally, and all of these make more sense than that Doona. I love my viewing audience so much. I just want you guys to get the most value for dollar. And again, if that's your dream product, I get it, I'll shut up. But I really think it's important for people to understand that like there are a very broad variety of options that probably make more sense than that Doona in terms of longevity, quality, and ability to work it into your lifestyle, okay? So let's see if we haven't touched on anything else. Warranties on all these guys. Again, Peg has the 5-year warranty. Your Melio is going to have a 2-year warranty, and your warranty on your Nuna stroller will be 2 years. Again, the seat will be reversible here. It will fold up in both directions as well. The one that has the most basket space and basket accommodation is the Nuna. Your space on the basket for Nuna is big. It's a huge basket. It was like 19 by 15. Lounge on Wheels is 18 by 14. City Loop is 18 by 12, and Melio is 18 by 11. Again, Melio is a pretty solid value though, just in terms of like the cup holder and all the stuff that comes with it as far as the seat and everything. So again, I'm not even gonna like be critical the way I typically am for most of these products because I think they're all winners. Really, I do. None of them have a lockable front tire. Again, they're all small, easy, lightweight, so doesn't bother me. And they all are going to weigh more, obviously, with the seats on them. I don't have those figures for you. If it really bugs you, leave a message in the comments. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Again, Doona alternatives. Moving into 2026, let's think to work smarter, not harder. Okay? Perfect. Leave a comment and head on over to destinationbabykids.com if you want to see any of the colors or additional pricing or accessories on any of these bad boys.